hopefully you all know all my giant size fan things. How you all doing? Hope you're keeping safe out there. Today is going to be a quick review, mainly because in order to record the audio for these, I have to sit in a room with the window shut and the curtains drawn, and it is hot as balls here in the UK at the moment, so this is going to be a quick one. Though, luckily it's a character set mainly in snow and ice, so that might cool me down a little bit. I kind of doubt it, I'm actually melting. The figure I'm reviewing today, it's the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Wendigo. This is another review as part of my Summer of Smash, my HULKAMANIA season, and this is this is actually a really good figure. Sort of slightly stifled by the fact it's a Build-A-Figure, but you can always track them down built. The wave it came in, I'll get to that later actually, but yeah, they're not too hard to get. And of course, you know my usual spiel. Who or what's the Wendigo? In essence, it's a curse, kind of like a werewolf. The idea being that anyone who eats human flesh in the Canadian wilderness gets turned into a Wendigo, a giant, white-furred, deadly, cannibalistic creature, which is kind of cool. Well, not for the person who's turned into it, obviously, but, you know, kind of cool. He's appeared in a lot of books, mainly X-Men and Hulk, because, well, actually Alpha Flight as well, because being set in Canada, who do you fight? Alpha Flight? Wolverine? The Hulk when he decides to go north for peace and quiet? In fact, actually, the Wendigo is actually the villain in Hulk issue 181, which was the first appearance of Wolverine. Okay, no, 180 was technically the first appearance of Wolverine, I know that, but 181 is the one that's always cited as his first appearance. And in that one, yeah, pretty good. Hulk versus Wolverine versus Wendigo. It's all pretty damn cool. Wendigo has appeared in a fair few cartoons. Normally any cartoon which has like the Hulk and or Wolverine as characters, such as like the 1990s Hulk series, Wolverine and the X-Men. It was in the Avengers cartoon, the good one, you know, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Ultimate Spider-Man, he was in that though. But those episodes with Wolverine and the Hulk in them, so yeah, he's appeared in quite a few other bits of media. And he's had other toys in the past, yet again in Hulk-centered lines. In the 90s Hulk cartoon toy series, the Outcasts wave, or the Outcasts subline of the Hulk toy line, he was in that. That was an okay figure with Barbie hair attached to it. It was a good effort. And there was a Marvel Legends figure before this one. It was in that Wendigo wave, which is kind of weird, like all shrunk down Hulk Marvel Legends. It was a Hulk series. But they sort of changed the scaling slightly. So it wasn't like a 6-inch scale, it was more like 5-inch scale maybe. They were all very small figures, but they were all within scale with each other. I actually had it at one point, I think. It was okay. Yeah, it was okay for the time. But I'll say this figure is the Build-A-Figure in a wave, which had X-Force Wolverine, Mr. Sinister, Nightcrawler, which is one of the best Marvel Legends figures for a fair few years. I did have one and I sold it to someone who really needed it. I kind of regret it. Boom Boom and Cannonball from the X-Force, well, when they were in X-Force, like back in the 90s. And Vindicator / Guardian, the leader of Alpha Flight. So, you know, there's 2 Canadians on that lineup, so works with Wendigo. And yeah, that's just a quick background of the character and the background of this figure. And to be honest, this figure is really, really cool. He's large, he's fluffy, he's furry. The paint, as well, such as it is really good. It's all cast in white, but they've used like a blue airbrushing and washes to really bring out definition in the fur. The face is such a lovely, like, terrifying sculpt. It's like a horror movie monster with large fangs, deep red eyes. It's really like all the paint budget that would have gone on the rest of the figure. It is minimal paint on it, but like all that has been condensed to this face, which is really monstrous. I really like it. And the figure doesn't skimp on articulation despite being quite big. He has universal shoulders, single elbow joints, but they've got decent range. Universal joints in his wrists, a diaphragm / is it diaphragm? A front and back abdomen joint, waist joint. He's got a tail which actually rotates. It's kind of rubbery, the tail is, but it works. Universal hips, hip swivels, thigh swivels, double jointed knees, universal ankles with rockers and tilts. Can't go wrong. And you can get some pretty decent bestial poses out of it. I've got no complaints with this figure as far as it goes with posing. Actually, I don't really have any complaints with this figure overall. There's nothing I really want to do with it that you can't. It's even got one of the things I like with Build-A-Figures, where if you don't get 2 sets of interchangeable hands, at least give them something that sort of works in the middle. His hands are semi-open fists, so they do kind of work as punching hands, they work as holding hands or slashing hands, and the plastic itself is actually quite soft and malleable. Oh no, that's the wrong type of word. It's not as hard plastic, so it'd be quite easy if you had a, well, because he's a builder figure, if you track down another set of arms, because the hands come off, or come out pretty easily, to be fair. You could take a second set, use some hot water, bend them into either a deeper fist or wider open claws, and have two very distinct hand options if you were interested in doing that. And yeah, really good figure, actually. Just as far as other figures go, this is one of my favourites. Okay, I'll compare him to some other figures in my collection. Up first, he's got to be against the 80th anniversary Hulk. You can see, like, Hulk is a big figure. This guy, he kind of naturally slouches slightly, but he's roughly the same size, and they look really good together. Both very powerful, imposing figures. Here he is next to the recently released and recently reviewed She-Hulk. Yet again, she's a tall female figure. I mean, like, in scale, she's like 7 inches, so you can kind of tell, like, he's a big figure, and they look good together. Here he is with a more average sized Marvel Legends figure, in this case Captain America, the anniversary one. Looks really cool. And okay, I was going to put him next to Wolverine. I don't actually own any Wolverine figures, so this is the only other Canadian I've got in my collection at the moment. The Back in Black Deadpool. But as you can see, he's like as bare bone stock Marvel Legends Mel Book as you can get. And he looks really good next to him. Yeah, I really like this figure. It's big, it's imposing. It just looks really good. It's everything I want in a builder figure. So that's it, folks. I said it'd be a quick review because as I speak now, I'm melting into a damn puddle. If you can track down this guy all put together for like a reasonable price, say £40, £35, £40, maybe £45 at a push, I recommend it. He's really good. You could even get more than one because there are times in the comic books where there are multiple Wendigos running around at the same time, so it's almost worth army building him. Which is weird to say with a builder figure like this, but it might be worth it. So yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you like this review. Please leave a like. Please leave a like, a comment, and if you've not already, please subscribe. And yeah, that's it. So until next time, folks, I want you all to stay safe, stay sane, and keep on rolling. And I'll see you all next time. Ta-da!